Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi everyone. So now we are going to proceed with chapter 2 for data structure algorithm class. Okay, for the chapter 2, the topic is introduction to abstract data type and C++ revision. Okay, at the end of this class, we expect that the student can understand abstract data type concept, and then we are going to review again the C++ programming, okay, what you have learned in your PT1 and PT2. Declaring a class, okay, so meaning that you know how to declare class, data member, function member, okay. You understand about and you know how to create the constructor and destructor, pass the object as function parameter, return the object from a function, how to implement array of class, understand the concept of pointer to class, and also define and implement a class within header files and implementation files. Okay, what is actually abstract data type? Okay, it's actually a collection of data and a set of operations on data. So actually you can use an ADT's operation without knowing their implementations or how data is stored. If you know the operations specifications. Okay, actually the abstraction separates the purpose of a module from its implementation. Okay, so that one we call it as an abstraction. Where the specification for each module are written before the implementation. Okay, data abstraction is actually one of the OOP concept. It's about revealing only the important one. Okay, it focuses on the operations of data, not on the implementations of the operations. So ask you to think what you can do to a collection of data independently of how you do it. So normally the data abstraction allows you to develop each data structure in relative isolation from the rest of the solution. Let us take a real-time example. For example, computer. So we know how to work on computer. We know how to use the computer, right? But do not know how the internal parts of it works. Okay, so this is example. Another example is println function in Java. For example, we do not know the internal code of it, and we know it is meant for display purpose only. For example, okay, we just use the println function, right? Okay, and then we have a functional abstraction, separates the purpose of a module from its implementation. Okay, and then information hiding. Hide details within a module. So the information hiding is actually to ensure that no other module can tamper with these hidden details. So makes these details inaccessible from the outside. Okay, so basically for the information hiding, we have two types, which is public view and also private view. Okay, for the public view here, we can see that for the private, okay, restricted access from outside class. Okay, but for the public, we can access anywhere through the class object. So meaning that if we declare the variable in private, so meaning that we cannot access meaning that it is not publicly okay to access this. But if we declare it as a public, for example, so anywhere okay out of the function, we can access that one, the variable. Okay, abstract data type is composed of a collection of data and a set of operations on that data. So the specifications of an ADT indicate what the abstract data type operation do and not how to implement them. So the implementation includes choosing a particular data structure. Okay, so this is example of abstraction of a book. Okay, so we can see here that for the data abstraction for book, think of features or attributes. Here is the attributes: the title, year, author, publisher. Okay, so think of features or attributes for books. Okay, and for the functional, okay, think of what we can do to the book. Okay, we get the data, we print, we check price. Okay, so this is considered the behavior, or we call it as a function abstraction for the book. Okay, we go next to encapsulation. Okay, so basically the encapsulation is an object. An object is an instance of a class. Okay, so encapsulation is actually the process of combining data and functions into a single unique class. Okay, so the programmer cannot directly access the data, so the data is only accessible through the functions present inside the class. The data encapsulation led to the important concept of data hiding. Okay, what is data hiding? Data hiding is the implementation details of a class, okay, that are hidden from the user. Okay, so this is basically the concept of encapsulation. Okay, so meaning that, let's say we have a data here, we have a methods. Okay, so this is considered an object's data and methods that are encapsulated. So basically, for example, let's say we have a request and result. For example, encryption. Okay, for example, real-time example is encryption. Let's say we are trying to send a message to our colleague, we encrypt that message. So actually no one can read the message until the message is decrypted by the key. Okay, so this is example. Alright, C++ classes. The encapsulation combines and edits data, okay, abstract data types data with its operation to form an object. Okay, so meaning that we have the abstract data type, and we have the behavior or the function. Okay, and then we can form an object. So an object is an instance of a class. Okay, a class defines a new data type. A class contains data members and methods. Okay, and by default all the members in a class are private but can be specified as public. Okay, so this is example of the C++ class definition. So this is our class name, which is class name. So this one is our public. Okay, so this is our private. Okay, list of data member declarations. So public members that are accessible by other modules, but for the private members that are hidden from other modules and can only be accessed by function member of the same class. Okay. Okay, another example is sphere. Let's say we have a class sphere. So set radius, get diameter. Okay, so this can consider as the behavior of the class sphere. Okay, the function. Okay, and this is considered as the full codes for the class sphere. Okay, so we can see here that under the public we have sphere. This is default constructor. Okay, we are going to learn about the constructor in part 2. And then this is also the constructor but have parameter and have argument. And then this is void set radius. Okay, so this is function for the set radius. This is to get the radius. Okay, to get the diameter, get the circumference, and then the area volume. This one is to display. Alright, and this one is considered as private data. Okay, so meaning that this is free to be accessed, but this one is only can only be accessed in a class. Okay, it can only be accessed by function member of the same class. Okay, that's all for part 1. See you in part 2. Thank you.